Paul, yes. I was just looking at a contracting state is a state that is bound by the convention because it has completed the ratification, acceptance, or approval process set out in Article 58. But the term state is frequently used in this handbook. It generally refers to a sovereign state or a country and not to a subunit of the state or territorial unit such as a province or a state within the United States of America. Now that would mean that the state of Washington within the United States of America? Yes. Did the United States ratify, accept, and approve the process set out in Article 58 of the of the Convention of The Hague for service of international process? Now, I think the federal government is actually liable for allowing any county to issue any court orders where there's fraud on the court. Yes, every court officer of every state. Yes. And then there's fraud of the state. Now, you can use this international service of process for corporations. Yes. For commercial usage, for those that are in other places. Now, the contract. Is the federal government going to enforce the requirements of the law today? Now, I know you're an agency, you're not a department of the government, and you thought that corporations never use the International Hague Service of Process, but a lot of this is about commercial usage. Now, when you look at it, okay, outgoing application for recognition and and enforcement. Gather the necessary documents. Yes, maintenance decision. That would be that child support that you awarded without me getting actual notice of court hearings. Yes. Application form in the country profile. Now, the United States of America is a country. Yes. And I'm thinking they ratified these Hague Conventions. Now, check the information from the applicant. Is it complete? Did the actual petitioner sign the protection order? Yes. And was there proof of service to the respondent before issuing the permanent order for support? Consider whether the application can be made under the convention. Is the applicant resident in your state? Now that's not the state of Washington, that's the United States of America. Yes, it is. Am I a resident of the United States of America? Yes. Does the applicant have a maintenance decision? You issued a permanent support order where I didn't get a copy of the dissolution of marriage and I didn't receive any of the actual documents that was admitted to the court as the facts and findings of the law, that in the United States not having proof of service before having court hearings happens to violate the ratified member known as the United States of America. Now, when I get to suing all those federal employees because for their knowledge of the violating of the Hague. Now, I know we as Americans think that America's bigger than these conventions, but when it involves every nation of the world that has ratified, accepted, and Article 58, I'm going to sue the federal fucking government and every employee in it that knows about the county issuing dissolutions of marriage without any actual proof of service, without any due process, without me getting a copy. Now, the federal government is liable for what the state of Washington does, is liable for what the county does. And for some stupid reason, you thought, well, we can issue this without any proof of service, without any proof of service for the actual protection order. Yes, without any proof of service for every protection order. The federal government, inclusive of the agencies, and the departments, and every sworn oath. It's the fraud of the agencies. How are the independent agencies? Oops. I know we think that America's bigger than those conventions, but when it means a state, not a state within the United States of America, it means the United States of America.